So yesterday, while I, female 43, was at work, my sister-in-law, female 39, texted me and asked me if she could borrow my car to run a few errands. I said sure and told her just to come in and I'd give her the keys. She had her aunt, female 58, drop her off to get my car. I reminded her that I don't allow uncrated animals in my car, and even then only in the cargo area, and only with my permission. She was like, I know, and she left. This is important because… Now, a little history. Sister-in-law has a dog she calls her emotional support service dog. Now, I believe in the concept of emotional support animals, don't get me wrong. However, sister-in-law has no emotional support animal prescription letter, and her dog is not well behaved. She frequently drives with the dog in her lap, brings it into restaurants with its fake service dog vest, pushes it around in shopping carts, in a store, and so on. It barks at people constantly and tries to steal food at restaurants. Well, she came back in to drop my keys several hours later, and she rushed off. When I clocked out and got into my car, I wanted to cry. There was dog hair everywhere. No, not a reasonable amount that could have come off her clothes. My car reeked of dog, and my windows were crusted with dog snot/slobber. I immediately texted her photos of this and asked her why she brought the dog into my car without my permission. I asked her to pay for having my car's interior cleaned and deodorized, and she refused. She accused me of being a dog hater and threatened to post about me on Facebook. She said that if I don't drop it, she will report me for discrimination against a person with disabilities because I'm not allowed to refuse service dogs. Then she called my husband 43 and cried about it to him. My husband just wants to pay for it himself and drop it, so she stops stirring up drama. I don't want $150 to come out of our budget to pay for what she did. After agreeing that she knew my policies on pets in my car, my husband says his sister is emotionally fragile and needs her dog with her at all the times. And the rest of the family understands, so why can't I? I'm afraid I might be an ableist, and therefore might be in the wrong because I don't want her to bring the dog in my car without following my rules. Am I in the wrong? And now for some comments. Not in the wrong. Never ever let her borrow your car again. And let your husband personally clean it himself. Not in the wrong, but you'll never get your $150 back. If you buy her birthday or holiday presents, do not do so until you've gone through enough occasions that you would have spent the $150. Yeah, I'm petty. Your car, your rules. Sister-in-law has no respect for you and feels entitled. To end this, get the car cleaned on your dime if she won't, and inform her she cannot use your car or anything else again. That privilege is lost, and you cannot trust her again. That's her consequence. Update from OP. My husband has agreed to pay for the car to be cleaned with his own discretionary money, and has zilled me the funds. After a long conversation with him and him refusing to promise me that he will not make my car available to his family when he's driving without me, I have taken my spare key fob off the hook and returned the spare key to his car to him. He is upset because my car is much more comfortable to ride in and has a great audio system. I am sad though that I cannot trust him with my car. I've texted sister-in-law, father-in-law, and the aunt, and informed them that sister-in-law will no longer have access to help from me, that any help she receives from my husband, her brother, will be his discretionary funds only. They have also been told that due to their lack of respect for my property and boundaries, my car is off limits. So one of my friends of 15 plus years, we will call her Chelsea, got engaged to her boyfriend of 7 years this year in February, and 5 months later in June, I also got engaged to my boyfriend of 4 years. Because I'm currently in school for my teaching credentials, I need to get married at the end of June 2024, because that was my only break from school. I asked Chelsea when she was looking to have her wedding, and she told me she already picked a date and it was in July 2024, only 1 week after my wedding. When I told her the date I wanted, she called her venue and moved it another week out. But that only leaves our weddings 2 weeks apart. I told her I wouldn't be able to make it, since I'll probably still be on my honeymoon, and she said she was okay with it. But I was annoyed that she's so nonchalant with me not being able to attend. The plan was to have each other as bridesmaids, so I asked her to be mine. But she didn't ask me because I won't be at the wedding. Which I get, but now it feels like I'm no longer part of the friend group. A few months ago, she texted me and my friends that she's having a dinner to celebrate her engagement, and I told her I couldn't make it because I had a trip planned. On the day of my trip, my flight got delayed to the next day, so I could have attended. But I didn't know when or where the dinner was because she never even bothered to send me an official invite. Throughout the last few months, she's been texting our group chats trying to plan her bridal shower and bachelorette. But I did not respond because I was still hurt about not being invited to the dinner and I just got busy with work. On Facebook, I saw that she posted a confirmation email of her booking her Miami Beach trip with our friends, but didn't bother texting me separately to see if I could come. It feels like she's been excluding me, so I called her and told her that I no longer wanted her to be my bridesmaid because I was still mad our dates were so close together. She knows I'm still trying to get my teaching credentials and have no other time to get married, so I don't know why she's in such a rush to get married. Ever since then, she's been hanging out with our friends without me and making it very apparent that I am excluded. Am I in the wrong for kicking her out of my bridal party when she hasn't been including me? And now for some comments. You are in the wrong. You excluded yourself by saying you wouldn't go. She even moved her wedding date for you. What more can you reasonably expect? You are in the wrong. You excluded yourself, not her. You told her you couldn't go to the dinner. Why would she send an invite? You can't go to the wedding. Why ask for you to be a bridesmaid, or even an invitation? And you ignore the group texts. Don't act like the victim. You aren't. If you exclude her from her wedding, that's on you. However, you are the one who excluded yourself from her and anything going on with her wedding. She did nothing wrong, even went as far as to move her wedding date a week for you. You are in the wrong, and I wouldn't say July 2024 is a rush to get married. She moved it once. Why would she send an official invite to someone who said they couldn't come? Did you message and say, change your plans, is there a spare seat at the table? You've not helped at all, and this is all on you. I own a daycare. My niece, 18, came to me this summer and asked if she could work for me while she's in college. My niece is an incredible young woman. She has 6 years of experience, amazing references, and she basically ran a daycare disguised as a summer camp over the summer. I know her previous bosses, and they all speak very highly of her. I told her I wanted her to go out and find a job working for someone that isn't family, but if her job search doesn't go well, she can come to me. Within 3 days, she had a job at a daycare starting in the fall. The pay was good and the owners seemed lovely, so I didn't think she'd have a problem there. She was supposed to work from 8 to 10 on Mondays and 8 to 1 Tuesdays to Fridays. On her first day, my niece was told they lost students and they can only have her from 8 to 10 every day. My niece was frustrated, but she said she was nervous about working 22 hours per week while in school anyways. Plus, she only needs enough to pay for gas and for her to go out every now and then, so it's not a big deal. Then they started asking if she could skip class and cover for the other teachers. It wasn't ideal, but it was only a couple times a month, and my niece said those were unimportant classes, so it wasn't a big deal. Over the past 3 weeks, they have texted her right before she was about to come in to tell her they don't need her that day 4 times. On top of that, she just found out that the car she just bought needed quite a few repairs costing close to 6 weeks' pay, so she needs more hours, not less. They did this to her on Friday, then again today. So I told her I want her to quit, and she can come work for me. She was hesitant, so I offered her $20 per hour. She currently makes 17 and 20 hours a week, and she accepted. I made an appointment for her to get fingerprinted tomorrow, and she stopped by today to pick up her paperwork. She should be set to start by Thanksgiving, hopefully sooner, just depends on how long it'll take to get the results of the background check. She told her parents that she's quitting to come work for me, and her dad texted me calling me a jerk for stealing her and saying it'll look bad on her resume if she only works somewhere for 2 months. I told him future employers may be curious and ask about it, but it shouldn't be a problem if she explains that her hours were cut. She was getting sent home on a regular basis, and she was being asked to skip class on a regular basis. Her parents still think I'm in the wrong for hiring her, especially because I wouldn't hire their other daughter. She doesn't like kids and has no experience. So, I wanted to know if I was a jerk here. And now for some comments. Not in the wrong. Why would they want their daughter working for people who very clearly have no respect for her time? You did her a favor. Not in the wrong. She should skip putting that job on her resume. If someone asks her about it, she should be honest and state that she was hired for 22 hours a week. Then they kept cutting her hours due to reductions in a number of students and constantly wanted her to change shifts, so it financially made no sense. Not in the wrong. You didn't steal her. She's a freaking adult. You offered her a more stable, better paying job opportunity. I, 27 female, recently had my bridal shower after getting engaged to my fiancé, 27 male. Backstory. We've been together for a while, 10 years, and I've known his family for just as long. His sister, 25 female, and I are not close, but have recently been pretty friendly with each other. We've hung out with her and her friends, had her over 2 hours, and overall have been spending more time together. After the bridal shower, when I was looking through the cards and gifts, I realized she did not gift us anything. Not even a card with her well wishes. I can't help but feel a bit snubbed. I would think that's at least the minimum a standard guest should do, let alone a future sister-in-law. My fiancé is not the confrontational type and doesn't see an issue and thinks it would turn me into the jerk if I brought it up. We've known she's been stressed with grad school recently and it may have just slipped her mind. I just can't seem to stop thinking about it. So would I be in the wrong for confronting her about the no gift/card debacle? Or at least asking if she has one she forgot to give to me? And now for some comments. You are in the wrong. You'll open a can of worms if you do. You say she's stressed about grad school. She may have forgotten. Didn't have the money, who knows? I don't think this is a hill to die on. If so, you will risk your relationship with her and the rest of the family over a card or a gift. You are in the wrong. No one owes you a gift. Her being able to celebrate your day with you should mean more than anything she could give or not give you. You are in the wrong. Do not hang up on material things.